Welcome back. This is day 2 of my stay in Koh Phangan, and so far it's been going on great. Yesterday, the guy from the rental place called me gay, but apart from that, it was a nice productive day. Managed to get a bike, managed to settle in. I really like the apartment. It's completely new. It looks like it's new. Nice doors, nice windows, nice curtains, a little bit of decor, very nice quality furniture, comfortable mattress. The floor is actually tiles. It looks like wood, but it's tiles. And it all seems very nice. There's a huge aircon here. Actually, they charge me extra for power, so I have to be careful with this one because it seems like it might be a little bit energy inefficient. I have a kitchen, so I can finally prepare my own meals, and I've already done some shopping. So nicely sized fridge, some storage space. Unfortunately, just a single stove, single burner, but that's fine. Got a toaster, electric kettle, got a nice view from the window. There's no neighbors here, so nobody's looking. It's pretty cool. And the bathroom, just a standard bathroom with a shower. Nothing fancy, but at the same time, more than enough. So 1D garden was a little bigger space, but here just a tad smaller. However, the kitchen is a huge perk. As you can see, we're trading here. So I'm about to head out. I want to check the Zen Beach and just go north, do a little bit exploring of the island. Perhaps if I have enough time, go around the island, but for sure explore the west coast and perhaps the north as well. There's my beauty. So anyway, I was texting with the guy from the rental place yesterday. So this is our conversation. So I asked him to text me the location, to which he replied, "Where are you now? My friend, take you, come, my job, okay." So what he meant by that, I assume he wanted to come and pick me up. And I didn't want that because I was walking, and I thought that maybe on the way there I can find another place with a better deal. So I just wanted to walk to his location. So then he asks me if I have passport, and then he says, "I keep passport deposit, you gay?" To which I reply, "Just text me your business location, I have everything you need." And I think they might be using some kind of an old, ancient, obsolete translation app, because gay used to mean happy. So I think what he meant was that he's going to keep my passport as a deposit, and then he's asking if I'm happy with it. And of course I'm not happy, because passports, you should never really give your passport as a deposit, and they will ask for your passport everywhere. The thing is that in here the roads are quite demanding actually, so it's not easy to drive, and because now it rains quite a lot and there is a lot of sand in the roads, so oftentimes it's very slippery, so a lot of tourists have accidents. That is why they want to keep your passport, because if you cause damage to a new bike like that, it costs a lot of money. And if they hold your passport ransom, you cannot leave the country, and you have no choice but to pay for the damages that you've caused. So I understand that. However, I don't even show my passport to the police. I keep my passport in a safe place. I mean, I usually have it on me, but I act like I don't. Because the police is corrupt, and they might do the same thing. If they stop you and you give them your passport, they might say, 5,000 bahts, whatever, right? And they can ask for money, and they might not want to return your passport. So for that reason alone, I'm using photocopies. So I have pictures of my visas and passport and stuff like that. So I don't really think that's a good idea to give it to anyone, especially to a rental place. So I just gave them some money as a deposit, and we're good. So this is the meter for electricity, and they are charging me 8 bahts per unit. Now, yesterday it was 45, today it's 58. So that's like 7 units. 7 units times 8 is 56 baht, which comes out to about 50-60 baht per day. However, I only spent the night here basically, so I was running the aircon all night long, which means that if I stay in the whole time, all day, and I run the aircon, it will probably go up to like 100 baht per day, which is not cool. So I guess it's actually much better idea to to spend the day outside and then come home in the evening, because the aircon is, well, it's not the aircon only, it's also the hot plate and the electric kettle, so there's no gas, obviously everything is running on electricity. So that is the reality of and I was reluctant really to rent a place where they charge you extra for power consumption, but I had no choice, because other places that were somewhat suitable for me were much more expensive. So I thought, I might just get this one and try to economize, but with temperatures like over 30 degrees Celsius, it is difficult to economize and not to run the aircon all night long. So actually I'm on my way to a viewpoint, but I had to stop here, because as you're driving along and the road is along the coast, you're all the time hit with this and this, and it's so difficult to ignore. It's so hard not to stop actually, and I'm sure it's gonna get old after a few days, but for now this is just too good to miss and too amazing not to just stop and bask in the sheer beauty of this place. It's pretty cool, pretty amazing. So it looks like these houses are for rent. I wonder what it must feel like to live here permanently. Like I said before, probably it does get old, but I think for me it will take at least a few days before that happens. Might take a week. It's not all unicorns and rainbows. There's a huge contrast between first between the foreground and the background. But if I move my camera up, looks much better that way. This is the beach where they have a party every night or every evening. This is also where junkies and hippies hang out. But I guess that happens later in the day or in the evening. For now, it's just a regular beach. You know, the telltale sign that you are on a paradise island, it's actually none of this. If you stand on the side of the road and you look at the traffic and you see all the people who drive motorbikes driving by and none of them is wearing a helmet, then you know that this is the paradise island. It has to be, because everywhere else on the mainland people are wearing helmets, but here they don't. It's not because rules don't exist, it is because police are very lax when it comes to the rules and they just don't enforce them. They might be more strict towards foreigners, but I see lots of foreigners riding without helmets as well, so that's not an exception. This is something else. It's absolutely amazing. Do you have a cold coconut? Yeah? How much is it? Cold coconut? Yeah? But how much is it?
100.
100? Okay. Wow. So apparently, my first thought was, oh, this must be an archaeological site. But these people are actually looking for some kind of shellfish and probably selling them off to local restaurants. They are very, very small. And apparently you have to dig deep. Anyway, this is the more rocky part of the beach, but still beautiful views. Amazing.